clean victories. Like if you get a 16-12, 13-40, whatever, then I can start to maybe argue that it was close. But when you're still only just sneaking into double digits, I'm not worried for that. And that's against Avant and Order only. So like, I am worried for them going forward because, as Mitch said again, I don't think they stand a chance when it comes to Vertigo. So they have to perform on this map. And they even had their own worries yesterday where they talk about everybody stepping up. Well, firstly, Apoc Dirt on the AWP has to have a good game. No questions. He has to play well. You're coming up against Sicko, who I think has been one of, if not the most consistent player this entire tournament. Like, he hasn't had a bad map. So that's going to be a rough one. More importantly, though, Soju. There were some real issues when it came to their B-side defense because they sort of said they looked like maybe he was doing too much, like he didn't have a particularly good couple of days. If that's the same thing again, you cannot have a game ever where a team goes towards the B-side 8 times and wins it 7 times. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And the only time they didn't win it was when they forgot the damn bomb. So it's one of those things where they have some severe weaknesses when it comes to this map, and you're up against Renegades. Like that can't be a thing. Like it's just not acceptable.
That's the one thing I actually want to touch upon, and I'm glad you brought it up, was that B bomb site defense. Again, the worrying factor is they weren't able to adapt to that, right? They were not able to ever defend that B bomb site, which allowed Order to string, I think, like 6 or 7 rounds together on that first half, which honestly is a little bit of adaptation. Maybe they had long on shutdown. I think it was, I do believe, let me just look up real quickly, his memory's failing me. It was Offnu. He was unplayable towards a long area, towards a short area. You could have kept him there. You could have mixed things up everywhere, basically. You could have mixed it up a little bit. And Soju, I don't want to really blame him alone, because I felt like he was given, like you mentioned, too many things to do. Sorry?
It was an impossible job.
Like, it was an impossible job. Like, you can't keep backing up
set
mid.
Up people in mid and hold B. Like, it's just not going to work.
There was one round where he just like spins around from mid, looks into double doors, and his Tech 9 just gives him a kiss of death right there. And it didn't just happen once, it happened multiple times. And here we go, jumping in straight into the matchup. The match of the day, if you ask me. And it's going to be Renegade starting off on the CT side, and it's going to be Hats who's going to draw first blood.
And not the start they were looking for, and it's going to be tough to clear this man out. Look at the flank from Dexter. These are just the things he does in these pistol rounds, and they've not even come close in this pistol round. Hats absolutely dominant, and Renegades, well, they're going to be hoping for more of the same. And this is the terrifying prospect as well, right? I think we've seen every single player on Renegades playing well. And I can't sit here and think of like a bad performer or a bad performance.
Hats has been kind of quiet, but yeah,
that's like kind of quiet when they're winning games dominantly. Is like it's not really a worry for me. And boy, he's just banged him out in the pistol round. So I'm not going to be the one to harp on him. But then you've had like star performances from like not even necessarily always Dexter and Sicko. Like Inns was incredible on their map of Inferno yesterday. Like there was nothing they could do against it. So you're basically facing off against the best team in the region who are currently in form. All the individuals are performing. Their strategy's been on point. They haven't even needed to delve into their strat book much at all. And you're going into a map that they haven't lost 5 in a row on. And they haven't lost a map in general in the last, like 6 series, 7 series, maybe even more at this point. I don't even know. Yeah, exactly. They haven't lost a map in a month. So yeah, I'm favoring Renegades, in case that wasn't clear.
I think you kind of hinted towards it, Tom. Kind of, a little bit. But it's going to be easy pickings for Hats again. They're going to come jumping out. And M4, the spray, a lot of damage. Almost gets a 2nd and 3rd kill as well. And I like what Hats does there. He doesn't peek. And now with his teammate coming in, this is maybe his opportunity to peek out. And Dexter comes charging in and takes it with all the frags. That's brilliant, though, right? He does the damage, and 4 kills go away to the SMGs.
Yeah, that is I'll be honest, I don't know if Hats would have done that if he wasn't low. Like if he hadn't been tagged a few times by the Glocks and was stuck in the corner. I wonder if like you would have heard Dexter going like, oh yeah, let me get the kills with the MP9. Sorry, you're breaking up. Can't hear you, got a pad. I feel like that would be Mitch when he plays. The Eco Frag Hunter always talks about his HLTV ranking, but we all know that's the reason why.
Yeah, basically just an Eco Cobra. Dexter still willing the MP9. This is kind of the bonus round here. 3 MP9s, no one bothering to upgrade, and why the hell not, right? You can farm a little bit more cash. Dexter's going to get pre-fired there. Nice P coming in from Zeph, crouching around the corner as well, avoiding a potential dink. Now Sicko with the scout. This guy hits everything. Doesn't matter what it is, with a nice flashbang to force him back from his position, though. He's gonna flash and Molotov off that mid choke point, preventing any further progresses. Soju's going to get a very nice kill onto Hats as well. So suddenly, this B bomb side, it's bereft of any players. There's no one there, and it's a well played round from Chiefs. They find Dexter towards lower tunnels. They isolate Hats, who was all alone towards the B bomb side because Sicko was forced back to the CD spawn, and that's the round. That's the round done and claimed by Chiefs. And if they play their cards right, they shouldn't be losing any players here.
Yeah, I do wonder if we are just going to see a couple of players almost just try and hold them in. Oh, I like this from Vince. He's actually going to throw down a smoke. He really wants to try and make this one awkward. The problem is there's no one actually holding from anywhere else. So they're just going to go out the doors instead. It's like, guys, I've locked them in. It's like, guy, oh yeah, we're not doing the whole lock them in and try and kill them strat. And in fact, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't decide to try and hold some closer angles because they're still kind of battling into middle. I think the T's have realized it's unnecessary, and Vexite, oh, well, he's got some birthday beats off the bomb, it seems, because he was a little bit too close.
Yeah, and, well, I mean, I guess just the one smoke forcing him out, unfortunately not crossing over. They're like, oh, there's a scout there, might not want to risk it, but Renegades, I don't think they're going to be too chuffed with that. Yeah, they lose a couple of players, they lose around, but now the upgrade's going to be coming in. Sicko still sticking with the scout, which is interesting. I mean, they don't really have too much money as well. Dexter spots a player jumping above, and that is APOC dud, and Dexter not quick enough. Fast play coming out towards long. Zeph going to be leading the charge, but he's completely blinded as Inns finds off. No, Zeph with the trade though. Replies back with Malta, making sure the man advantage will be retained by his team. And now the 4v3. Weaponry advantage slightly for Chiefs, but the man advantage firmly with the side of Renegades.
Things going to become a little bit awkward now for Sicko. A scout stuck in the corner. They're even going to throw in a second Molotov, and he's just been able to escape the bullets flying around the edge of his face. I don't even know if they've actually seen the AWP of Dexter yet either, which might be a bit of a surprise for them. Obviously, Sicko's scout has been heard. They know he's kept it from the previous round, but it's AWP, something a little bit extra. Oh, I think they might be about to get a pretty nasty surprise when they do attempt to round this corner. There is APOC Dud facing straight into Dexter, and 45 seconds left. Now knowing that the AWP is here, even going to be boosted up onto the site. The question is, do they even want to go in this direction anymore? The answer, Blair, is actually yes, because the bomb's stuck in pit.
Oh. Dexter, oh, the white swing out. Vexite, how quick was that? And now suddenly, this round is looking very, very doable indeed. And this Malta does something. He goes for a wild spray. A couple of bullets through the smoke. He does a bit more damage. Vexite and Soju both kind of low. And the flank is coming in from long. And it is Hats with the MP9, but he has upgraded to an AK-47. They might have been expecting this. The timing of this could be perfect for Hats. And you can spot out Soju. Does a bit of damage and doesn't get the kill, though. And now Malta all on him. It's a 1v2, but the health combined in total, just 32 points of health. Malta spots out ahead. He's being very patient. It's all about timing. Spots a player, but not a single bullet connects. And Soju with a headshot. That was a round I honestly felt like would have been in the hands of Renegades. Was that, what, a 4v2? I think. And somehow they're able to grind it back.
Yeah, I think the main kill is the one onto Dexter. Like that looked like an angle that never really should have been one, but I think it was 3 on 2.
3 on 2.
But either way, it was still an advantageous position. That shot from Vexite made all the difference though, because it made the fight on the site very, very awkward. And as the wombo combo comes in, they managed to bring themselves through into a 2-2 position. So a strong start from them. They've damaged the economy significantly of the Renegades, so they're going to actually have to take an eco here. I like the fact that Malta's actually saving his extra cash. It means that we will likely see Sicko on his AWP for the first time. Although, he might actually have enough to buy it himself if he gets a kill with this P250.
Good indeed. And, well, birthday boy. I do apologize to Savage. mean, can I really apologize? Should I really apologize to someone for just wishing him birthday, even though it's not his? I mean, it's still like, it's not a bad thing, right?
Maybe
Tom?
if you get him a gift each time you get it wrong.
Well, after opening it up, Dex is going to be found out. Malta, well, doesn't even have time to rattle off a single shot. And he said Sicko, if he's going to get a kill with a P250, he might have enough money to go for the AWP buy. And indeed, it looks like he will. He could buy it for himself, and Hat's going to be left alone. It's not much he can do here. Maybe if he's very lucky, he can fight Zeph, but Zeph should be doing the smart thing and shouldn't be facing here against the USP. And yeah, Chiefs, they lose the first couple of rounds very convincingly, but they bounce back. And this is it's a very convincing anti-eco here, just losing to one man. And they're going to be going into the lead. And you got to remember, Tom, like, the most success they found yesterday against Oda was on their T side, where they were looking just nigh unstoppable. But on the CT side, there were some holes there, which Renegades, if I'm Mither or if I'm Dexter, I would have watched that game. I'd be like, all right, that B bomb side, that's a problem. That's something they would be looking to abuse on Renegades T side.
Well, let's put it this way. Their A side was fantastic, though. In fact, they lost a total of 0 rounds on A.
And bomb planted just once as well.
Yeah, they lost 7 total, though, which it kind of shows how bad the B side actually was. But yeah, luckily for them, they got off to such a flying start that even though it went a bit wrong, they managed to turn it around on their T side. As said, though, I wouldn't bank. Like, I feel like they're going to need to have a very, very good T side here. Like, I want to see them getting 9, 10 rounds if I'm going to be convinced that they can take this, because we've already seen yesterday, there's been a fair few teams that can at least challenge against Renegades while they're on the T side. The second Renegades get on the T side, you get battered. Like that is just the case. Like, their T sides are disgusting. Their rotations are filthy. And, well, let's put it this way. If I'm choosing entry fraggers from this tournament, probably the top 5, I'm going to go for the players of Renegades, because there has been so many different players that have just been able to open up rounds. Like Hats, that was some of the better performances I think he had on the T side of Inferno, where he was just a monster just running up banana. I think that was in their opening match versus Rooster. So they definitely have the players that can just cause you issues. So yeah, as said, Chiefs, they need to keep this going. It can't just be the early rounds going their way.
Also kind of feel like for Renegades, it's just that they tend to start on the CD side and suddenly it's a close affair. The second half is when they, move up a gear, right? And that just kind of coincides with the fact that they are on the T side. Yeah. and I feel like even if they have like a close game on their T side, it's like they're just going to wake up on the CD side. The timing there is absolutely atrocious as Vex side dismantles ends. Sicko now. Oh, look at his push from Hats, though. I like the idea. Like, you lose a player towards A, you aggress out, but Dex is going to be left alone. Almost gets the double, but he's just going to find one. Now they know where Hats is, and Hats needs to do a lot of work here, and he's going to get nothing done. He just doesn't get a single kill. Does a bit of damage on the Soju, but now it's a 2v2. The AWP in the hands of Sicko, I don't think it's worth really going for this. So they're just going to fall back and save the 2 AWPs.
Sicko just bangs someone out straight through the smoke. I'm guessing he must have had an angle over the top, because he gets a kill on someone crossing in mid while it's smoked, and it did come up as a smoke kill as they were going through. But nonetheless, I really like this faster style of execution. I think spotting the aggressive player of Hats, they instantly made a mid-round call, and I think that's something that we've seen quite regularly from Chiefs so far. Is that I think the calling from APOC that is actually on point. I've been fairly impressed, considering that, as it's been mentioned many a time, like they pretty much had to reinvent their roster from the one that was in the previous RMR event. They've been slowly building back up. They've now got their young player being able to be involved. So it's been a sort of messy period for them, because although they've technically had a 5 that they've been wanting to play with, they've been having to play with their coach for the majority of the time. So yeah, I think that the calling, whether it is coming from APOC or whether it's coming from coach himself, it's been good.
It has, and I do believe, like, I mean, APOC, it's not about his AWPing as well, right? They live and die with around this man, and he has had to step up. And the cool thing is, it just hasn't been him. Everyone's been having a hell of a game. Offnu though, no, not like this. A Sicko, they don't expect a second player in the corner, and it's the AWP in the hand of Sicko. Oh, the flick shot! He's gonna land the leg and a P250 to finish it off, and it's Offnu left alone, and we just took his name. This might be a little bit too much to ask of him. It's a 1v4. He should find the 1 kill, but it's attacked on a 32 HP. Bomb dropped far away from his position. This one's done.
Yeah. Oh no, that's disgusting. Dexter's it's been sent to the shadow realm. Like what was that? That was grotesque. There was some really filthy shots in that round. Like you've got to almost feel bad, but that's like I feel like that's what we call like a Renegades round, where it's just like, sure, we've seen other teams do it, but they almost make it look very easy. Like just to control the CZ like that, to have like the flick connected by Sicko. That's a wrist breaker. Anybody else is going to need their wrist in a cast after that one. But, well, this man has elastic wrists.
Well, rubbery wrists. Really working at Malta, looking to take the fight. I think got spotted out, and yep, he's going to do a smart thing. Get the hell out of there. A pretty default setup here coming out for the side of Renegades. To be honest, apart from like the second round, the second and third round where it was anti-eco, and then it was a bonus round where they were a little bit aggressive. Dexter playing towards lower dark. Apart from that, it has been pretty default. If you ask, oh, fail job. You hate to say it. And oh, that's a terrible job. But he survives, Tom. He survives.
It's I wonder if that's something they've practiced, or if that's like just something they. Oh, well, we can do the run boost, right? You know how to do it. Yeah. I know how to do it. It's just like I've had that before. Like someone goes, "Oh, run boost me." I'm like, "Yeah, cool. I'll just run forward, right?"
No, it's always like, it's so different, right? Some people be like, "Oh, you got to jump first before you run." Other ones like, "No, you're not supposed to run. You just count it down." And like everyone has different styles of approaching, and it's Malta. His style of approaching is a flashbang. Oh no, Vex side. Blind as a bat, but he still takes on Malta. That should have been a free frag for the man. And now Inns re-aggressing towards short is going to get the kill. Sicko now. Tags up, 6 kills for the man. He's looking for more AWP in his hands. The smoke's gonna nullify the position, and the Molotov coming in. Sicko is in a very rough spot indeed, but he still is gonna try and find himself in a good spot. Bomb is gonna get planted right in his face, and Ofnu shredding everyone. Soju joins the fray, and it's all on hats once more. This time around, he at least has a rifle, but a bomb down, the double peak. Fantastic work from Chiefs.
Yeah, and we are seeing a couple more like big rounds. Like we've got Ofnu there as well, but it was Soju, someone I sort of mentioned as having a fairly quiet performance yesterday, even with the victory that came in, and those were a sick couple of kills. Because although like Sicko was forced into some awkward angles, we know how good this man can be with that close range AWP. Like it's something that, especially when you watch him, for example, on Inferno, you almost bet on him to hit most of those shots. Instead, though, economy in the dumpster once again, and Chiefs are proven that they're definitely a team to fear. Individually looking sound, you can see the confidence just rising. Zeph and Ofnu just barreling through long, and the man on the other side, Sicko with the scout, is under some real pressure. Just being whittled away. He still gets the kill, still gets on a course. They got to shut him down quick before he gets anything more. They did molly this position last time. I'm hoping they'll do it again, and yeah, no chance.
I love how they're approaching this right now. They're looking fantastic. Like, forget the previous round, which is brilliant, but like just the way they were harassing Sicko's position, right? He was holding the angle, they smoke off the cross. He goes back towards Gandalf, they Molotov it off, and then they know the only other position he can hold, or any player could be holding, would be right behind the boxes. And just gets destroyed by Ofnu. And then even the final 1v3 against Hats, the double peak, it's just like the fundamentals, but they're doing it very well. And here's the thing, even in some of the games with Order, with Chiefs, and the other teams, that's one thing we've been questioning quite a few times, right, Tom? Like, where are the fundamentals? Why aren't you peaking together? Why aren't you trading together? Like, what are some of the decisions being made? And right now, Chiefs, they're making all the right decisions, and more, and crucially as well, they're hitting their shots. They are actually going toe-to-toe against the best fraggers in Australia right now.
Yeah, not even just the best fraggers, the best team. Like, it's not even a question of that. Yeah, exactly. They've got everything down to a T.
A Danish coach as well.
Yeah. Well, anything Danish is always going to be good. Actually going to be the shot connected onto APOC, Dud. Relatively low on health now, with just 3 remaining. I also think a lot of that is going to be brought in by someone like Yam. Like, I don't think he's going to allow these youngsters to get away with anything sloppy, clip them around the ears, and, well, I think it's something that's going to help them out significantly to bring someone like that in as a coach, someone who's been at the top of the scene before. I think it's showing. at this flying start.
It is, and this is a little bit of a switch up from the CD side here. They have opted to play a little bit more aggressively towards his B, but that's mid completely exposed, and Hats, he's going to be spotted. At the timing, it couldn't get any worse. Dexter finds one, but that's all he's going to find is B bomb site, just getting torn apart. The split working wonderfully, and Chiefs, they're abusing the CD side defense from Renegades. And in all honesty, Renegades aren't doing anything. They're just holding the default angles, they're holding, kind of being turtled up on the side, which is strange, if you ask me, Tom, because it's surprising for Renegades to kind of start off. I wouldn't use the word timid, but very traditional setups. They're not poking and prodding. They're not making Chiefs feel uncomfortable, and they're giving up so much of real estate for Chiefs to basically abuse. And that B bombs I take, that's one of them.
I think we've also seen so many kills now where, like, for example, either Hats, actually it's mainly been Hats, and just facing the wrong way. Like, it seems to keep happening where, like, either maybe the communication's just a little bit off, but he's never really been in a position where I feel like he's been able to get, like, a decent chance in a duel. Like, the first, I think the only two we can really talk about is the pistol round, and obviously the CZ round, which, well, arguably another pistol round. So, like, if you look at a lot of the battles he's having to take, it's knowing that there's players coming in from mid. And I although not normally the one to harp on Dexter, it has been mainly because he's been going down with either just a kill or, like, even in this round, for example, it was a kill after Hats was already dead from being killed from behind. So I feel like he needs to be more proactive, because if your teammate's getting killed because you're not holding the angle, that's a real problem.
That is the fast play to a short the very first time. A missed shot from Sicko. In's looking to take the fight, and it's going to find one before he falls. And Sicko's doing good work here. But it's going to be APOC Dud kind of baiting Sicko to go for the peek. And suddenly, after a very quick flurry of frags, it's now a 1v2. And APOC Dud is going to go for the play.
What?
He's dropping down. The man has balls of steel. He's just walking up. He knows where Hats is, or at least he has an inkling where he is, because his teammate just died there. And now they're waiting for him to come out from short. They won't be expecting this in APOC. This could be a 10,000 IQ play. He's going to clear the corner. He's going to be expecting Hat's position around the corner. Yes, he is. He flicks upwards and takes his head off. And now it's a 1v1. Malta is close by. He's legging it straight towards tunnels. The question is, will APOC be expecting him to come out from the tunnels area?
Long rotation. Even that missed jump could give the timing over to his opponent. And Malta is going to go peeking in. A really nice attempt from APOC Dud there. That was a position that they never really should have come back into. A little bit of BM being thrown in. I feel like that's something that we don't really see too much from the Renegades. Maybe being rattled a little bit by some of the players on the other side. But hey, it's something to celebrate, I guess. But they're still 7-4 down. And, well, financially, this isn't even a battle. They're being destroyed by the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, and look, listen, if I'm Chiefs and that's and you're seeing Malta just rattle off bullets into APOC's body, I'm like, yeah, boys, we're getting into the heads. We're getting into the heads. We're making them feel very uncomfortable right now.
Again, he's going to be tagged up early in the round. They've gone for this long play. Maybe looking for a little bit of revenge onto Malta after the spam. Nade actually hits him. And then he gets the spray through the smoke as well. Maybe you shouldn't be challenging this man at this point. And now Sicko, he started to go on a bit of a tear with this AWP. The last round was good. Can he go one better? As the site has been taken, Vex site taking a little bit of damage from the fire, but they do get an after plant position again. So money is more than secured for the next round. Soju hoping he can time some nades, but there's actually 3 players coming in towards long. This is a bit unorthodox. You don't normally see this many players retaking from the same angle. They're forced back. The Molotov at least clears the site, but the time is ticking. 20 seconds left. Hat is there with a first. Trade back, but it's only one for Ofnu, and now it's left all onto Soju. The time at least in his favor, but he doesn't have the HP to really do much here, and Inns is eventually going to be there to close out this round. A little bit too close for comfort, but the Renegades get the job done.
Yeah, they weren't expecting 3 players coming up long, but again, it was so very close there. Soju, valiant effort. Well planted for him as well. And Chiefs, well, they've actually, I mean, again, it was very close, and the good thing they're doing right now is the fact that the one thing I'm not enjoying, the only, like, criticism I'd say I'd have for this particular take, and we've seen this twice so far, is they're not able to neutralize Sicko early on, or at least try and nullify his position, right? You don't want to just peek into this guy. It's Sicko. He's going to hit those first shots. You want to like flash him off, use a smoke, whatnot. And I know once you lose a player at long, you're kind of like, all right, guys, got to go short fast. But a couple of flashbangs, just, kind of like spreading them out, it could really work wonders, could prevent him from getting an opening duel and fall back for a more safer position, right? Instead, what happens is he wins the first duel, they lose a player at long, and it's almost every single time a 3v5. So every time they send 4 players up short, they have lost those rounds. However, the B bomb side takes, it's been working out great. The long takes have been working out great. As long as they fix a little bit of a... It's not even a fix, just a couple of flashes. That's all you need. They're still looking good. 7-5. They're still leading by 2 rounds. They still have Renegades money against the ropes. If they win this round, I see a 9-6 or a 10-5 half for the side of Chiefs.
Oh, it's the first coming up for Malta, but yeah, I was about to say that is a one-and-done spot, if ever I've seen one. Sicko's going to have to try and rotate into support, and he doesn't have any support other than that. Inz is going to go rotating back to try and at least cover off short, where Zeph is currently lurking behind. You're going to see the smokes, the flashbangs thrown over, and Sicko just has to retreat, falls back to the trusty car, and he's very reliant at the moment on his teammate to hold his flank, but he's being forced out of position. Now his teammate moving as well. This is real pressure being put onto the side of Renegades. 20 seconds left. That's the real problem, Blair. They are running out of time, and so close to 2, ends up as nothing. 1 kill comes up for Sicko, but they will continue to run the gauntlet. Zeph has found another one, but it's more important that they get this bomb onto the site, and you can see Inz, there's a temptation there to try and make a play through the smoke. Unfortunately, he's so desperately low on HP. There doesn't seem to be much of a chance. His teammate also coming in from short. He uses the smoke, though, and Hats manages to find one around the edge of the Molotov. It's so close for Chiefs. It was looking like it was theirs to lose, and well, they did.
Soju, you got to win those duels, but Inz was so very low. I mean, credit to him for being so patient and waiting for that, for the smoke to dissipate. And those duels, they make me so nervous, Tom. Like, you see these 2 players who are sitting in the smoke, waiting for it to go away, and it's a 50-50. It's a pure 50-50, but somehow they come out on top there. And honestly, Sicko's position, considering how pincered he was, I'm surprised he even got away with 1 frag at the end. But Renegades, yeah, it's some hard-fought rounds, but they are slowly but surely bouncing back into this game, as we do have a 7-6 scoreline. Again, money's still not that great, but neither is it for the side of Chiefs.
Oh, again, long control has been something that Chiefs has been able to take quite easily. There's been a round or 2 where Malta's put up an aggressive fight, but this time even he's going to have to try and just fade away. I'm a little bit disappointed we aren't seeing more plays towards the B site, though, if I'm honest, Blair, because there hasn't really been a hold. Okay, sure, there was the 1 round with the AWP and CZ, but other than that, they've really struggled with the mid to B setups, and I feel like falling into these long takes, although they've been close rounds, it's still been Renegades winning the majority.
I think Chiefs might go for exactly what they did earlier, where they were able to neutralize Sicko so effectively. Here we go. Same thing, right? The cross is smoked off. Sicko has to reposition himself towards that Gandalf area. APOC doing a great job finding Inz, but the trade is going to be quick. Now, Sicko, Molotov is going to be coming in right now, but no, they don't have any Molotovs. They have to go in for the dry peek, and it's going to be a tag on the Zeph. Not doing much damage, and Sicko is using the smoke. And Zeph finds Molotov, and they're pushing on in. They've taken a bit of damage. It's still staying alive here. Sicko, what can he do? He's still biding his time. Flashbang's going to come on out. The flick shot's not going to land, and Zeph is taking matters in his own hands. 2v3. Make that a 1v2 as Hats out of nowhere. 2 headshots. And now it's a 2v2. Soju and Ofnu. But Ofnu's position. That could be it. It's a 1v2. But he has the bomb planted for him.
Waiting patiently, hoping to try and find something on the peak. The first one eventually goes his way. There isn't really any utility for Hats, and I like this. He's just going to hide in the corner. The time is ticking, so Hats is going to have to try and run back and get towards the bomb. He does have a kit available to him, but the peak is perfect. Ofnu again. We say this man had high impact last time they played. It looks like it wasn't a fluke, as he's back on the board once more.
That was so well played. I mean, sure, he missed the... And again, Hats, like, out of nowhere, man. 3 kills. I think it was a 4v2 there for a moment, but somehow it brings it back to 1v2. And for Ofnu, he actually loses the initial duel. He took a lot of damage, continued to repeat, gets the frag, falls all the way back, running away the time, and forcing the final player left alive to make a very hard decision, again, clutching it out. This guy has been phenomenal. Yesterday was like over a 30 bomb. Today, yeah, not a 30 bomb, but getting a lot of instrumental kills. Zep, they're going to play this one safe and steady. They know the buy is not going to be great for the side of Renegades. And it's going to be 9-6 here, because I don't see these two scouts bringing it back. And I say that, and Sicko with the wall bang finds Soju. Still 4 more to find. The B bomb site, it's going to be hard. Another attack comes in through the smoke from Malta. I'm still saying they don't win this round, Tom. There's no way. There is no way.
No, I don't believe. It was a nice shot and a couple of tags here and there, but they're so wary of their flank. They don't have a kit. They don't have any utility. And, well, they both have scouts. If Chiefs lose this round, I think we might as well call it here, even though they'd be in the lead, because there would just be an atrocious loss that would probably ruin your confidence for the rest of your life. It's not going to happen. Chiefs do end the half 9-6. Strong performance from them. Even in the rounds that Renegades won, it wasn't clean, it wasn't dominant, or it wasn't what we expected, I guess you could say. But this is what I was talking about. Like, even a 9-6 half, will it be enough?
Oh, yeah, that's the question, right? That's the golden question right there. And we're going to be finding out, obviously, Renegades, whenever they've been pushed. This has been the worst first half for Renegades in all the games they've played so far. This tournament.
Not even that bad.
Right? And it's still, and it's not their opponents even getting double digits. That's how good they've been so far. But now's the challenge. Chiefs, they've impressed me 100%. And even out of the 6 rounds Renegades have won, 3 of them have come down to the bomb getting planted and them having to go for the defuse. The other 2 were the first 2 rounds. So they've only won 1 round where they, well, convincingly just wiped out the Chiefs. So, I mean, it's not just a scoreline. Like, even from an eye test, Chiefs have been the better side so far on this Dust 2, and it's showing why they've gone for the pick. Now is the question. This B bomb site, Tom, it has been a massive gap in their defense, and here we go. Renegades pushing in, but Apoc dot through the smoke finds Hats, but the hit is...
remainder of the roster will give them an easy pistol round. And, well, I'll be honest, although we talked about, like, the potential of Renegades sort of doing their homework and, like, basically being prepared for these sort of aggressive plays, I do wonder if Chiefs have just been not necessarily anti-stratting, but just ready for anything that was going to be there. How does that go the way of Hats?
Well, they misses the shot.
No,
the blocks hit him.
No, please. No.
Up new.
Come on.
They're so low. They're so low. They're so low. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. I'm not. If they get the bomb down. No way, Dexter.
What?
Wait, what? What? RNG. RNG.
He had his fireproof pants on. Like, what is that?
They get 2 kills and a bomb down with 5 clocks.
Let's just say we know he's clean shaven after that one, because that was utterly ridiculous. Just sat in the fire, just like, nope, fine, I'm fine. That's ridiculous. He's literally inside it the whole time.
Okay, that's a big bonus for Renegades. I mean, to get the 2 kills, if I'm Renegades, I would be happy with just that. But they get the bomb down as well, meaning it's gonna be a full-fledged buy. Dexter even having $1,000 remaining after that, after the buy as well. Here we go, though. It is gonna be the opt-out for Apoc Dud. Excite, birthday boy pushing up. He's had a hell of a half so far. 14 kills for the lad. But Renegades are going to come marching out. He does have backup in the form of Apoc Dud with the AWP, but AWP, that's the thing. 1 shot, 1 kill, that's all he can find as Vexat finds in. He's trying his best to stay alive. Smoke comes out, extinguishing the flames. Playing around it, it's just going to be good for 1, though. And Apoc Dud, there's nothing he can do to save his teammate, or to at least even go for the trade. So 4v4, his position has been compromised. The smoke's a dead giveaway, but he does have his teammate off new. The beast of the A-bomb side ready and waiting.
Is he going to get pushed through the smoke? I had a feeling that Hats was going to try something cheeky. The thing is, there's now the full rotation here. Offnu does manage to get himself 1. He's actually going to make a play, waiting for the flashbang. It's avoided, it seemed, by Sicko. But it doesn't matter. The trades come back thick and fast and still end up in a 2v2 situation. They're going to finally make the decision to rotate away from long. Actually, if they run the gauntlet here, they're going to beat the CTs to the B site.
Well, the jig is kind of up, so they keep walking here. Oh, Malta, he's gonna win the duel. That sucks. Soju left alone, and now he knows that, all right, where's Malta gonna do? I mean, I don't think he should be expecting Malta to walk up short. There was still a chance for him to kind of, I don't know, do something with his round, but it looks like the call for the save just went out very early on. Yeah, get the op. There was a mistake there. I mean, I love how Chiefs kept re-aggressing, preventing Renegades from trying to, like, maintain a man advantage or make it even Stevens. But the mistake there was a 3v2. Ofnu pushed out, he gets the kill, it falls back, and then Zeph just goes for the wide swing towards the barrels up towards the A-bomb site. And he just loses the duel to, I think it was to Malta. Sorry, it was to Dexter. And if they had lost that, it would have been a 3v2, favoring the CTs. And even if the bomb had got planted towards B bombs at 3v2 favoring CTs, you know what? You might as well go for it. It is still very doable. So a little mistake being made there by Chiefs. And that's the thing. You can't afford that against Renegades. You have a lead. You're looking good. You have a very good opportunity of pulling off, a massive upset by taking this map. But to do that, you got to play almost flawless Counter-Strike, like Apoc Dud said yesterday. Everyone needs to step up. But stepping up means not just hitting a shot, but also not making small mistakes.
Oh, we're going to see a double AWP setup come in for the CT side. It seemed like Soju wanted to play that himself, I'll be honest. But it reluctantly seems to have given it over to Zeph to try and man that B side a little bit better. Still going to leave them with some serious pieces missing. You've got Deagles, you got an MP9, not a lot of utility. Sure, you got a couple of kits, but really anything to write home about. And this could be the start of the Renegades grind. It's one of those situations where every round that sort of slips away, like the last one, you might live to regret. Because although the Chiefs have been fantastic so far, I'm always going to be sat on the fence of whether or not Renegades are just going to hit that next level, that next gear that we know they have. And if they do, well, those rounds are going to be the ones that they're going to regret.
Ballsy from Apoc. Oh, come on. Oh, that was so close. That was so very close. Chiefs expecting Apoc to just drop down, and Apoc does. Or sorry, Renegades expecting Apoc to just drop down. Now, is he going to go for the repeat? Does have a flashbang in the hands of Ofnu. Could throw it for his teammate. But no, Apoc just going to be content, just holding the angle, and which is a good thing. If he peeks out wider, Sicko is ready to take his head off. Smoke's going to be deployed. Apoc still sticking around. Incendiary will be used, and he is blinded, but he will make his escape. The T's smoke actually helping him out, and he's going to reposition himself, holding a little bit of a better angle, but this is brilliant from Renegades. The Molotovs are good, but 15 seconds, 14 seconds, they need to get the bomb down, and the flashbang is perfection from Apoc, double off, just good for one. Bomb will get planted. The flick shot doesn't work out, but Vexite finds Malta. Vexite doing quite a bit of damage, and Zeph replies with the op. The trades are fast and furious, Tom. But now it's a 2v2, or make that a 1v2. Apoc Dud, he needs to land a shot. It's not going to happen. Hats and ins, good for it. But that got very scary for the side of Renegades.
Yeah, too close for comfort, but ultimately around as long as they win it, the rest doesn't really matter anymore because the money is now gone for the Chiefs. I will admit, like, I understand the aggression of, like, Apoc Dud there, like, with his peaks, but I really hate that angle just because it's so difficult to escape. As you sort of mentioned at the time, if it wasn't for the T smoke, maybe he gets one. That's about it. But unfortunately, it didn't really play much of a part. And as said, this round, very little. I like that they're going for something together. They have a flash for mid. Likelihood is they're just going to push. But as you can see, the Renegades have other ideas. They're set up for a B take, a chance for ins to make some money, or maybe not. A cheeky $600, but Ofnu, it seems to be a bit of a smoke criminal here as he's found him straight through it.
Oh, they're going to charge again. Flashbang is actually not good. Actually blinds one of the teammates in Malta. Okay, nice. Nice spray transfer there. It was an eco bash, but Renegades, now it's starting to look a little, if I'm Chiefs, I'm not feeling that comfortable here. Renegades, this is where they're good at. They've been in so many positions like this against much higher caliber opposition in the past. So this is where teams like Renegades shine. And for Chiefs, they have a lot of young players. They have looked good so far. But the CD side, Tom, this is where we saw so many holes where Order were able to abuse. I think Order won like 6 rounds in a row almost on their T side here. So this could be a problem. Sicko times a shot, doesn't quite find it, but doesn't matter. B bomb side again. I feel bad for Soja. I think he just got sprayed through the smoke. That's just rough.
I'll be honest, it may not have even mattered because by that point his teammate was dead in mid, and it was that same scenario that we saw so many times yesterday where he would have had to fight both mid and B at the same time. Now, it's fine for that to happen once, especially when your strategy was to try and challenge for long, like the Renegades have gone in this direction a couple of times now. So I don't have a problem with the call. I think if you take this round in isolation, forget about what happened yesterday, this isn't that bad. It's just something that went a bit wrong. You got the call wrong this time. Now, it's whether or not Renegades sort of start putting their foot to the throat of Chiefs and start putting a lot of pressure on the B side, and we start to see a few of these rounds in a row, because that was the main issue I had yesterday. It wasn't the setups. It wasn't the fact that they took risks. It wasn't the fact that they tried to get aggressive on certain portions of the map. That is all fine. That is Dust too, Blair. The problem I had, they never adapted. They never changed anything, and Dexter is he has put the foot on the throat, I guess you could say, but more so on their economy instead of what was actually just the site.
Yeah, I know the scoreline, you look at it, you're like, 10 to 11, that's still quite a bit to work with the Chiefs, but look at the money. Look at that money. It is not looking good at all for the side of Chiefs, so they will go for a few upgraded pistols, a bit of utility, that's about it. And for the side of Renegades, that's a pretty decent chunk of cash for quite a few of these players. The only player with low money is Dexter on 1900. Rest of them 7k, 5k, almost 4k for hats. And I agree with you, Tom. It's almost like if they don't adapt, if they're not able to kind of bolster that B bomb side defense, that's something Renegades are going to keep abusing. And what's going to happen is once they start doing that, they're going to start playing Chiefs like a fiddle. This is going to start mixing things up. The moment they go for like maybe a 3-player stack towards the mid B area, they're going to go for a fast hit towards long, towards short. And I know Ofnu is a beast, but even for him, it might be too much of a tall ask.
Oh yeah, and chances are as well, this will be the 5th round in a row for Renegades. Did he just pull out headshot, or was that through the wall? I want a replay, please. I'm stealing players. Diva status. Okay. This is getting a little bit interesting. Now, the B side's completely open, but the bomb's on long. So they're going to go in that direction instead. It's going to be the AK actually juggled over here. It's a bit awkward for Ofnu, well, unfortunately. This should be round done. Not really needing to peek this. I'm not a fan. I guess they want to take some of the weaponry away, but get the round done first, right? Like plant the bomb, get it ticking, make sure there's no real way for Vexite to get back in. And thankfully that is going to be the plan now. Less of an aggressive stance for Renegades. That had me clenched, but I felt a bit uncomfortable there.
Yeah, same here. That was completely unnecessary. Sure, I want to go for the peak, at least ensure the bomb's down so your teammate can... The teammate who is lurking around can do something about its hats. And now Vexite making this look doable?
He has to stick it. Yeah, if he wants it, yeah.
This is smart.
Just gonna run.
Yeah. And that's an upgrade. That's well done. That's well done from Vexite, considering the investment they had into this round. And you look at the money. APOC would have had money anyway to go for an AWP buy. Of course, actually everyone would have. But hey, extra money. Never going to say no to that. And the scores are tied up. The Renegados are back, which is unfortunate news for if you're a Chiefs fan.
Well, I think there's going to be more and more Chiefs fans with how they've been playing over the last few days. I definitely think I'm putting myself in that bracket. This team has been very enjoyable to watch.
100% I'm a Chiefs fan. It's just that, you know, you have to be realistic when you're facing off against Renegades, right? But against almost... I want to see them now, this team, face off against Avant.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That was so close.
Oh, that's more unlucky. No. That's more unlucky. Soju, he's the cursed child, it seems, when it comes to this map. It was something that Jim mentioned, that he seems to be always playing that supportive role. This time, he was literally supporting his teammate by letting him stand on his head. And he's the one that takes the brunt of the shot as well. And now they've had to switch things up. They're getting more aggressive. I like this. Try and take a fight. But this is where Renegades thrive. they're waiting for you. They're patient. They work those picks, and then they fall back into these defaults, which are so hard to break down. And the call that they've had as well relies on Zeph basically getting a multi-frag, and they're going to try and bait out his shot. This is so well played from Renegades. This is the sort of style that we expect to see. They are dictating the play. They are the conductor at the head of the band. And while, unfortunately, all Chiefs can do is listen to the music.
And it died almost simultaneously. That play towards B was brilliant, man. They knew that, hey, you know what? The whoever's playing towards B right now, this is when he's probably going to aggress, try and gather some information at least, trying to regain some control of the round. And doesn't work out. This shot from Sicko, though. I'm sure he sees him. He saw something. Yeah, he saw him. He saw a slight little, like tiny little thing over there. Spots him out, takes him out. Oof.
Does he have like magnifying glasses or something? Like,
listen, Tom, there's a reason
ridiculous.
we're casting the game, not really. We're blind. We're bad. And I'm balding as well. But you're ahead of me on that.
Join us.
I will. I probably will. It seems like less of a hassle. Kind of a very light investment here.
I'm going to be honest. That's something I'm excited to see.
I think there is a picture of me when I'd gone for a mohawk and then I went full bald. A long time ago, though. Nice tag, but no cigar. Another flawless round for Renegades, and I kind of feel bad for Chiefs. They were 11-6 up, Tom. 11-6 up, and now Renegades have strung 7 in a row. And again, the Chiefs CT side, that's been a problem. Yeah, they won the pistol run. Great work from them. They won the anti-eco as well, where somehow Dexter he managed to get the bomb down, just pulling off a Daenerys Targaryen cosplay over there. And ever since then, it's been Renegades. And it's been the A bomb side time and time, but also the B bomb side getting abused. You can finally start seeing the chinks in the CT side defense. Actually, it was laid open by order yesterday, but except now it's even more brutal facing off against the better team, Renegades.
Yeah, and I think as well we are just seeing the strengths within Renegades T side. I want to, like, obviously it's easy to look at Chiefs and go, okay, this is going wrong, this is going wrong. But a lot of that is because Renegades are so flawless in the calls that are being made. Like that last round was, or the round before, sorry, the last buy round was genuinely beautiful to watch with how they knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew exactly how they should play that round. And the execution was flawless. I think most teams would struggle with plays like that. So it's rough for Chiefs. Like it's not necessarily their fault that this is going so badly wrong. Soju, well, he doesn't have much support here, and even though he does 2, that's a great job. And actually the kill coming up from Apoc Dud gives them a chance, because up until that point, 3v3 B site, ain't banking on it. But now 2v3, all their utility available to them, Sicko low on HP, they should have this.
Have another Molotov though. They have smoked off to upper tunnels. Oh, good night, Sicko. Goodbye. Soju going to be using the sorry, not Soju. I do believe that is Vexite coming in from the Offno coming in from the tunnel's position. The smoke's going to help him make his way. They're going to be pushing in a 3-pronged approach, and a nice peek from Apoc. Duh, doesn't need any help. That was a well done retake from the side of Chiefs, and also again the hold. That's a good hold. Like, listen, if you're able to trade, at least you make it even. At least you give your teammates an opportunity. But the fact that Malta got picked off at mid, the 2v3 and a player very low in health, really working on their favor. So, something going their way. They've stopped the streak, Tom. It took 8 rounds, but they managed to do it in the end.
Yeah, I think as well, it's something that has to be mentioned, is we are seeing a change on that B site as well. Like, it's always been mostly Soju trying to play around mid, or at least that's what we saw last time. Now they've switched it, and it's Zeph with the AWP, and then Soju more firmly within the site. I think that works better. Like, he seemed to do well in that back corner, whereas when he's trying to go from position to position, it seems like he ends up in quite awkward spots. The only thing that can be said, though, is that Zeph did completely whiff his shot. So, but maybe if he can X that, it's a little bit cleaner, and they're not right up on the brink, because that's the problem here, Blair. They've got that one round. They managed to do it with relative success. If they lose here, they're still going to be right back in trouble once again.
Oh yeah, and if you look at the money for the Renegades, it's ludicrous, right? They've gone for the buy and they still have oodles of money to work with. And now, let's see what the game plan is. A fast play. Oh no, off new. Oh no. Two players face him. He took the gun out, but he's like, oh, where do I shoot? And his crosshair gets stuck kind of between two heads. Not able to do much. An early pick for Renegades. And now they can slow it down. They can slow it down. They can feel it out. They can force Chiefs to go for some reaggression, try to go for some play, and that's where Renegades shine, right? They force him to go for plays. And APOC Dud, he is going for that spot out of foot. Unlucky to get the kill, but Vexite finds Ince, and now they're hunting him down. And APOC with the P2K, a one-tap, but he is caught in the trifecta, the triangle of doom. What can he do to stay alive? I don't know. He's going to go for the shoulder peek, but Sicko, he's so very quick. He's not going to get baited out, and suddenly it's turned back again in the favor of Renegades.
Okay. Soju might be able to make things at least a little bit interesting. Trying to get onto the site is going to be rough. The flashbang actually works out perfect. And it leaves it all onto one Dexter. That was so clean. As crisp as it gets. He's not been having his greatest game of all time, but that was sick.
Just the sheer confidence from Dexter. Just the dry swing, insta headshot, insta delete. Valiant effort though from Chiefs to bring that one back, especially considering they lost the first player. But Dexter, man, he just goes for the play. Look at that! Oh, that's filth.
Definitely some interesting numbers. I'm pretty sure across 4 maps at the moment, there have been 16 rounds picked up on the CT side facing off against Renegades. So if you wanted some stats to show how good their T sides have been, it took 4 maps for 2 different teams to get enough rounds to beat them once. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. I'm not saying that I don't believe in the Chiefs, but yeah, I don't. They've brought the tally so far up to 19. Yeah. But you have to remember, this was a 9-6 half, even a 11-6 scoreline. This has still been a very, very good resurgence from the side of Renegades. Only a single round since we saw the pistol and follow-up has gone in the other direction. And unfortunately, with Zeph now falling again, it seems like a bit of an issue. They do have a 3-man stack, but look at where the bomb is going. This is almost like an elaborate ruse that Sicko's trying to sell. And Soju, he's not in a bad position, but he's going to spot the bomb. He's going to spot the rotation. They're trying to gamble other players in. The Molotov going to hold it back, and Inns just domes in Vexite. He's going to try to be a hero, and he just gets wrecked on his way through. Again, the calls are solid, and you can see Sicko on the other side just like, peekaboo, peekaboo. Yep, look at me, look at me. Yeah, they've gone the other way.
He's toying with his food, Tom. He's toying with his food in APOC. Well, at least does find Malta. Now he knows where Sicko is. So it's like, okay, maybe it's just one guy at B. Maybe he can really feel this out, but no, there's nothing he can do. He doesn't have the kit. And okay, then. APOC, it's a 1v1. And he's got to make his way to the bomb. So if he gets his kill... No time remaining. Oh, there's no time. Even if he got that kill, there would have been no time at that point. It was like 9 to 10 seconds remaining on the clock. But nice try from APOC Dud. Just giving it everything, YOLOing that final round. But, well, potentially penultimate round of this in this regulation. As Renegades, they get up to 15, Tom. It has been domination. And like you said, like we've said on the desk, like every one of us have mentioned time and time again. Sure, if they get pressure in the first half, they just go into some other gear. And unfortunately, it also coincided with the fact that Chief CD side has been a problem with this map, and Renegades have just been exposing it.
Yeah, well, we're seeing these entries again. Nice attempt from Vexite. Dexter trading things back. It's a slaughter on long. The bomb's still back in the other direction. Those trades, though, for Chiefs, although a lot of the time we'll talk about how this benefits the T side quite heavily, an upgrade in weaponry for APOC Dud really isn't a bad position to be in at all. He's going to be waiting on the angle, and Malta almost walks out, I think, blind. I think his teammates' flash definitely didn't work out quite the way they were hoping for. Be lining up a smoke, but this kill is everything. Soju gets it, keeps them in the map. Sicko might be able to end it here, but it isn't going to happen. It will be get to 13, breaking the trend at least a little bit further. But again, they're still going to have maybe a few pieces missing here, whereas financially, Renegades are going to be fine.
Yeah, that's a problem, right? For Chiefs, yeah, they just need 2 more rounds to take it to overtime and battle it out over there. But there's no way they're breaking the money for Renegades. Renegades gonna keep buying up. Even if they lose this round, they can go for another full-fledged buy. You can see Sicko and Dexter and $2,000 a piece. Hats and Ins are on like 6K and 5K, so they're gonna be fine. The timing shot from Sicko will not find its mark. But they're not really looking to contest this long area. But look at the pace from Dexter. This is big! He's going to find one, and he's going to fall back. That's a danger man taken out, Tom. APOC Dud's done for. And Vexite pushing in, trying to make something work. This could be it. Hats is going to find Zeph. And now it's a 3v5. Vexite down to 33 points of health. And unless something truly magical goes the way of Chiefs, this one's done. It's going to be 16-13 for the side of Renegades.
Hats has been unbelievable in the second half. Like, we were talking about how on that B side he had some issues, like getting pistols. On the T side, he's now up to 25 kills. Like, he has been ridiculous and just been so clinical. I think Inns has had his moments as well. Push going to be coming. That spray is messy from Soju, but Off News come up with one. Now Soju, he was just saving it for those remaining few bullets. Hats, though, is who he has to face off against, and he's won that battle as well. A huge performance from the man on this B site. Now it's left on to InZP. Face him and fight him and take him down. What a round from Soju. He saved them here, and I'm going to go back and say that, yeah, play him within the B site more. Like, don't have him as this mid-rotator, because it just seems to slaughter them when he had a little bit more support, didn't have to worry about his flank. Very well played.
That was... I almost called it. I'm like, yeah, this one's done. And we're talking about something truly magical happening, and Soju just puts on his Harry Potter glasses and just pulls it off. That was incredible. Incredible work, and I don't think Renegades were expecting that. Of course, helped a little bit out by Offnu supporting him from the CD spawn area, but that was all on Soju, man. 5v3, he's all alone on the B bomb site, and the CD spawn's been smoked off, and you have like 5 members of Renegades going to come charging in, and it just holds ground, just basically almost recreating the Alamo. Or Alamo. I think it's Alamo. That's how I pronounce it. I'm not American, so it doesn't really matter. 15-14. Chiefs. Tactical timeout. Can it do it, Tom? Can they somehow bring this into overtime? Because if they do that, I'd say that's a win in its own right. Even if Renegades wind up winning this matchup, I feel Chiefs have done quite a bit to earn not just our respect, but a respect from their opponents.
Sure, this is easily the closest map we've seen for the Renegades, and overtime could be on the cards. They might be smashing those CT stats if they can take this round home. That is easier said than done. Again, we see the pressure being put onto mid. That's been a danger zone, and you can see they're starting to try and stack up members there. Dexter, for the second round in a row, is going to get the first kill. Now, it wasn't enough in the last round. I wouldn't bank on that twice. Zeph been having a bit of a rough one. Someone that we've come to rely on when it comes to this Chiefs roster. Looking to try and turn back the tide. Instead, he could make it that little bit worse. He's got to be careful. Giving up this position could end the map. And look at the repositioning. Vexite, again, the young blood, 16 today. He's done very, very well, but they are waiting on the edge of this smoke. Waiting to try and catch him off guard. And he's lucky to get away with that one. Finds out information at least for his squad. Now has some support from his teammates. Even goes for the wide peak. That might have been a little bit of an oversight. Luckily, there's been a kill elsewhere in the form of Soju. Still going strong. They're going to try and force out APOC Dud, and they will succeed. Now smoking off the cross. Going to have multiple smokes inside it. In fact, Zeph's going to go flashing through, but Hats is more than ready for it. And now Soju needs to save them again.
He has been fantastic so far. Dear. Finds a planter. 15 seconds. 15 seconds against Hats and Malta, but it's going to be Hats who's going to come out on top. And like I said, Tom, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And Hats, he had some quieter games yesterday and the day before, but 29